Hello Sagittarius, this is Victoria and I'm here with your February tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you guidance from the universe on how to best utilize the energy of the month of February. At the end, I'll post some messages from your person of interest to yourself. And we'll begin with a quick oracle message. Today is going to be the Enchanted Map Oracle. So let's see, what do I need to know? For those who are new, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of the readings throughout the months. Apart from the horoscopes, I'm also doing daily one card pulls. I'm doing twin flame readings. I'm doing special readings for different astrology events. For example, we have eclipse coming up just a week from now. So there will be a separate reading with guidance for each zodiac sign to go with that event. All right. And of course, I appreciate all your likes, comments, and shares. It helps me carry the message across to those who need to hear it. All right. So Sagittarius, your oracle message for the month of February is the dry desert. So it may feel a little bit like it's too quiet or people have forgotten about you. You know, it could be personal, professional, different areas, but kind of like not much is happening, feel. But know that a lot of things are happening under the surface that you don't know. Just like in the desert, there are a lot of underground waters that you don't necessarily see on the surface, but then, you know, at some point you come across an oasis, and I know cacti is not much of an oasis, but in this kind of desert it is, right? And then you see what happens when that water finally comes to the surface. So just know that a lot of energy is brewing up, and a lot of things are happening behind the scenes that you don't necessarily know, but it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. So it's important to keep that trust and to stay on track with whatever intentions you've set for yourself. We do actually have the new moon coming up, so I will be talking about that as well. And you know, in terms of so that's gonna be the new moon in Pisces. We will see what the Piscean sign brings into that intention setting. For the main read today, I'm gonna be using the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Let's see, what does Sagi need to know? So your first card is Justice. This is Libra energy. You could be dealing with a Libra. Then you have Ace of Wands. I'll speak to all of this in a moment when I'm done with the spread. Two of Cups. Beautiful. For your career and workspace, you have Five of Swords. The Emperor. This is Aries energy. And the Magician. The Magician is Gemini energy. And then the advice is Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and Nine of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Star. This is Aquarian energy. So the Star is telling me that definitely you're being guided to something very important in your life. Some kind of lesson, some kind of experience, some kind of calling, maybe a new connection, because we also have Two of Cups in your read, right? There is something destined that's coming your way, or at least you are being walked towards that point of meeting. So don't be too alarmed if, you know, things are a little weird, or you're going through a set of events that are not really you, right? It's like it's not your typical activity or a person you spend time with, right? Right now it's important to trust that guidance, because it's going to bring a lot of healing and peace for you, and you don't need to know in advance how. When the time is right, you'll find out. I love these cards because all of these are so beautiful, very balanced, very much with the Ace of Wands, especially since Wands, you know, Ace of Wands in this case is this beautiful flower. It's like this passion blossoming, whether it's towards another person or just within you, where you're understanding who you are and what do you want in this life, right? What do you want to go towards? The Two of Cups, again, with the flowers and this beautiful image of somebody who is, like the two of you are like two peas in a pod, essentially, right? You finish each other's sentences, you just know what it means. You've been on a similar life path, which, by the way, with soulmates, and this is soulmate energy, it happens quite a lot, especially if it's a romantic partner, right? Like you notice that they've been through similar experiences, which maybe at the first glance look different, but then when you talk more about it, it turns out that mentally, spiritually, it has been a very synchronistic path for the both of you that just looked a little different on the surface, right? But it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could also be a friend or a family member or a teacher, a mentor, but somebody who you become very close with. And this is, if you already know this and you're already very close to this person, this is a reminder that they are a soulmate for a reason, and they're there for you and they're help and guide you towards your destined path unfolding, right? So finally something comes full circle where justice is being served. There is some kind of karmic closure happening, and it's like you don't need to worry about closing it out one way or another, whether you feel like you've been treated unfairly before or you have been unfair to someone else. You don't need to worry about the details. Just know that the universe is taking care of all that to balance it out, to come to neutrality. That's essentially what, from a metaphysical point, that's what it means. But again, it will bring peace the more it is that way, even if for a moment it doesn't look that bright and happy to you. But once it's reset to that neutral position, there will be a lot more peace and capacity for joy and love. Now let's look at these powerful energies for your workspace. I actually do it this way because the Emperor and the Magician are telling me that you're being pumped up for some very important role, right? It could be definitely something in leadership. It doesn't have to be leadership of a group of people specifically. It can also be maybe becoming an influencer online, right? Just to giving you some ideas what it could mean. Or becoming more public with your art form, right? Maybe you are a great chef, but you haven't really come out with your gifts, right? And now it's like you are showing your mastery to the world. That's part of the Magician energy, right? You are a master and you're showing it to the world, right? Confidently. There is a little bit of maybe a little bit of a negativity here with Five of Swords, although in this particular deck, I see this as a secret language, as it's like you have some kind of special connection with your audience, with your team, maybe with your boss, that other people maybe even envy, because it's like only the two of you understand each other at that level, right? It can go either way, obviously, and this is that energy. The Five is the transitional energy, so it's like soon you will see what it will unfold into, but just be careful not to play games or try to manipulate the situation, because you have that intimate space with that someone. And I don't mean it sexually, I mean more like emotionally, right? Where you have that special bond. Don't take advantage of it too much, to the point where it may play against you at some point. And then finally, the advice, we have Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and Nine of Swords. Yeah, so a lot here about collaboration, partnership, and happy exchanges with people, personally, professionally, whatever floats your boat. I also love how there are bricks in this flower, and I had this card in one of my readings yesterday, and it's like, it's such a great synchronicity with my brick wall behind me. And the color of my lipstick, right? Why not? But yeah, anyway, you're not meant to deal with all your struggles alone at this time. It is about your community, your people, your person maybe, right? And that exchange. But also don't feel like they're supposed to rescue you. It's not what I'm talking about. It's still about exchange, that flow of give and take, right? They support you with something, you support them somewhere else, right? And then it creates that nice flow of energy where there's no new karma debt being built up, right? So don't overthink of like, what are they gonna think about me if I say this, or if I ask for help, or if I offer my help, right? Like this can derail you from that harmony, right? You have a good thing going on, so just trust it and be honest and authentic in what you have to offer or what you'd like to ask for. All right, with all that said, let's see what Sagittarius needs to know. What is the message from the person of interest in themselves? What would that person like to share at this time? All right, I've got Seven of Swords, so I think there was Seven of Swords here. No, that was Five of Swords. Okay, never mind. Clarified by Ace of Cups and the Magician. So I see the Magician is a synchronicity. I see two scenarios. For some of you, there's a person who is like a secret admirer who really likes you, but somehow they led you believe that that's not true, or it's the opposite is true, that they're not into you, right? Or they're not uncovering their feelings, right? And they really want to. They want to be that special someone for you. They want to show you how worthy they are of your love, but something's stopping them, you know, somehow they feel like it's not the time, or they don't have the right words, something like that. Now for the other group, I see that this is the person you're already with, and they feel like they haven't been able to show you how much they actually love you, how much of their capacity they want to give you, capacity of heart, capacity of soul, and capacity of you know, the brain, the mind. They want to share themselves with you completely, right? But they're not good with presenting that, right? So they now feel like almost like they've created a certain fake story around who they are or how they express themselves, and they don't know how to switch to something more beautiful, kind, and authentic. There's some kind of persona that they're hiding behind. So it's like they've created it for themselves. They know that they're responsible, but they're not sure how to untie that, right? How to make it right. So hopefully that was useful for you, and it's up to you, of course, to see whether you want to offer that support, hand of support, and you know, that space of kindness as part of your healthy energy exchange to that person. Or maybe you'll decide at this point that if that's how they started it, it's, you know, they've done it to themselves, and maybe it's not meant to be. But from what I see here, I see that it's still important to have that conversation. So it's not just like you're deciding and quietly walking away, that the other person understands what happened. Even if you're walking away, they understand what, why, how, so they can deal with it in a healthier way and maybe do better in a different relationship. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and until next time,